death heads and violators. Welcome to the Deth-N-Vengeance show. I'm your host, Johnny Death. With me always, Majin Drew, and the very, very evil Eddie Gein. Deth-N-Vengeance show, coming at ya.
Welcome back to Deth-N-Vengeance, guys. This is your boy Eddie Gein, and I'm always here with this fat bastard.
Hey, I'm your fucking wife, bitch.
It's Majin Drew, gay as ever.
Hey, only for you, daddy.
And the host with the most, Johnny D.
Yes, sir.
And because he gets those D's.
The D stands for deactivated.
Deactivated his Facebook.
That's not what that bitch said last night.
And we're gonna be talking about Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Whoa.
So first of all, I know like we all saw the trailer and we all had mixed opinions about it.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like it because I was like, oh god, the dickhead that made the. I mean, I love the Resident Evil movies just because I have to love them because I'm a Resident Evil fan. So for some reason, I feel like I'm betraying if I say I don't like some of the movies or some of the things that happen. But yeah, I was like, man, it's gonna be like whatever. And then like some of the monsters are kind of like they look like kind of like generic kind of in a way. I don't know, like that's what I thought. I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those movies where it's gonna be like, but. No, I was surprised.
But do you really have to watch all the movies, even if you're a Resident Evil fan?
I have to.
Because I watch all three. Wait.
Yeah, I watched all of them too.
I watched 4 of them.
I watched all of them just and like it's one of those things like it's like like I have to. You know what I mean? Like,
even though like after like the third one, it stopped being good. Like the third one where they were in the desert.
Yeah.
Well, because they kept. My whole thing was those movies. Like, not to get too off subject, is just he wasn't good with the source material. You know what I mean? It'd be different if it's like, oh, it's based on a book or something that we don't have any source material, so I'm just making it up as we go along. But it's like, no, you have.
There's like plenty of like lore and like
games,
source material.
The lore, the storyline to go off of, characters, and it's not just I mean. If you ever played a Resident Evil game, it's not just oh, that's a character named whatever. You actually get to know them, and they actually like
the story.
So so I don't know. I just think he dropped the ball on that. And then he wrote the whole part for his wife, Milla, to be the whole Alice character, which never was because from what he said was I didn't think that it was believable that. Like the Claire and Jill Valentine characters was believable, so I had to put somebody in there that would.
Okay, so I remember what was it 2, right? The second one, Apocalypse. I remember Jill came out, right? Where does Claire come out?
Well, she came out in the third one.
Oh.
And in Extinction, but yeah, but even with that, because he said that what Jill does and them do in the game, like. Drop kicking, whatever, like that's not possible for a human, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why he put a superhuman, which is Alice, that can jump off the walls and do a kick, and
so he's doing the
like he said it wouldn't be believable to have Nemesis fight a regular person and like have it be a good fight, so that's why he introduced the whole like Alice character so that it'd be believable. But I'm like, that just pissed off a lot of people because they're like. No, that's the whole point of the game. It's survival horror. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole thing. You're a person, like trying to fight off this thing, whatever and stuff. So like, so with Monster Hunter, I never played the game. I've heard of it, but I never played it.
I didn't even know.
For some reason, I thought it was like a Digimon kind of game.
I thought so too. I was like, oh hey, Digimon.
And then somebody told me that no, it's like you get to fight like whatever. Because I like someone told me it was like Shadow of the Colossus almost in a way, and I like that game. So I was like, oh cool, but I never played it. So
yeah, I never played.
So I went into it a Monster Hunter virgin. As I didn't know anything about it. Just I know that person, I know that actor, but other than that, and I liked it a lot. Like I can't wait for it to come out like on Blu-ray and shit, and start streaming on HBO Max or Prime Video or something.
I don't think it's gonna go to HBO Max. I think it'll probably go to Stars.
Or something like that. But I mean, it was really good, man. Like the effects were good, like the action was good. It was somewhat funny, like some parts, but not overly funny where it's like, oh, that's corny.
Wait, what wasn't
chocolate?
T.I.? No.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
T.I.
T.I. was in there, right?
Spoiler alert, he gets killed.
Okay, I kind of expected that. Honest truth, I expected T.I. to die out in Ant-Man 2.
He gets bugs implanted on his skin and they start.
Oh, that was pretty good too. Like I think, and it was like a limited theater that we went to, and everybody in the theater was like, "Oh shit!" Like
Yeah, there was like 5-6 people, not including us, like in there, like, which was good because it wasn't crowded. But yeah, it was really good. I liked it. And then that cat character, the cook or whatever.
I forget what the Palico.
Yeah, like
I forget.
Like I never played the game, but I just can tell that was in the game. You know what I mean? Because like it was like like a cartoon, not a cartoon, but like a little CGI cat. Like
yeah, they did it good too.
And, and then like the weapons, how they you put them together and they get all charged. I could see that in the video game.
Yeah, like they did a pretty good job of like adapting all the stuff from the game to the movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing anything like other than like the human guns. That's never been in any of the games, but they did a good job of incorporating like, oh well, we're in the real world and we're going to this different world, which I don't think there's been anything about that in any of the games either. But they did a good job of like, I don't know, kind of like mishmashing it.
Were the games came out like what in early systems or now?
The games.
I want to say they've been out for like the Xbox 360 and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, like PlayStation 2, I think.
Yeah.
Because for some reason the name sounds like a Namco. Remember that brand?
I think they did own the series for a while. I know the first time I was introduced to it was on PSP. So I played the shit out of it on PSP. Like basically what you do is like you just hunt monsters.
Yeah.
But it's got like this whole like lore about it where like I guess they're like defending the like villages and stuff from monsters. So that's why they have contracts and stuff like that.
I assume in the game like all different monsters have different weaknesses, so it's like this one you attack the wings or this one you attack
it gets pretty like strategic because like there's the specific monsters like you have to go for the wings or you'll have to use like sleeping gas or stuff like that. And they did a good job of incorporating that in the. And they left it
open for multiple sequels, or at least another sequel. So.
But do you think we're gonna get like a whole Resident Evil kind of sequel?
I think we're gonna get at least 2 more movies.
I think we'll get at least one for sure.
Yeah, one for sure, and then depending on how that one goes,
Because I felt like they did a good job with this movie. It's gonna be one of those underrated movies right now because of COVID and everything. But yeah, if you get a chance, go see it or like rent it or something.
I think it's on. Well, I don't go to the theaters as much anymore because of this bullshit. But I just buy shit off of my Google Play, and it does that. And to rent one of those newer movies is like $19.99, and I'm just like, fuck that. But I honestly have not seen it. I've seen the trailer of it. I thought it was gonna be like, alright, this is gonna be another fucking series that people are just gonna pick up and just bastardize through the whole series.
Yeah, well, like I think from the trailer, a lot of people were like kind of like iffy on it because of like the whole humans and human world stuff.
I thought they were gonna do it because of Milla.
No, well that too. Well, people had mixed reactions because they were like, oh, well, you don't have guns in the game, and they thought they were gonna have too many like basically stuff that's not in the game in the movie, and we only really had like the airplane and like those tanks like and the weapons.
Yeah, like there was modern guns in there, but it was real limited. Like they didn't have a lot of ammunition.
And it didn't really distract from like the movie because like they made it a point early on that the human weapons were shit.
Yeah.
And it's better to use the Monster Hunter weapons. So
I think other than like explosives, like pretty much everything was pretty much useless.
Yeah.
Well, I will definitely probably look it up and buy it and just see how it is. Cause I bought that movie Underwater. You ever seen that one with Kristen Stewart?
Oh yeah.
And what's that French dude from that movie? I just saw it too. It's not Irreversible. No. He came out of Black Swan. He was a director. Not the film director, but the director for the ballet.
We'll just call him Couscous Jones.
Something like
that. I don't know his name, so.
Anyways, he's actually a real good actor. But I have bought it because I wanted to see it. and I heard the mythos of that movie that it was basically based on Cthulhu, and for some reason, like all of that.
The ancient monster Menudo.
Yeah,
Isn't that a group?
yeah, and all that history of like I've been watching documentaries about H.P. Lovecraft and just the history of him and how he's a racist. Which is, I was like, I don't give a shit. His fucking story scared the crap out of me. Honestly, I'll probably give it a watch and I'll probably check it out. It does look interesting, but I don't know, something about me of like, I come to this point where I'm not loving movies in general. Like, I am sticking to nothing but watching my movies that I know are safe.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I haven't really watched many new movies. I've seen some like on Netflix or different things. They're like, oh, check this new. Just came out and I'm like, like I watched one the other day with Pauly Shore, where he's like a house guest.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
I think it's called House Guest or something like that. Where this couple moves into this house, and there's actually a guest house that he's been living there because I guess his family owned that house before, and so he's kind of a like he does like drugs. He has all these parties and stuff. So it's like it wasn't like good, but it wasn't great. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like.
Like
I wouldn't recommend it. Like I wouldn't say, dude, you gotta watch it. I'd be like, if you
it's just, like because all I remember Party Shore is in the army now. What was it? Son-in-Law, Encino Man. Like his best movies. I don't think Biodome was funny.
Well, that one Biodome actually become like one of his like a cult classic to some people now. They're like.
Well, Encino Man is more of a cult classic for me.
Next thing you know, Squirrely was on the ground and I'm all, free the mahi, free the mahi.
I saw Jury Duty with Stanley Tucci. But other than that, I mean, I'll probably give this movie a watch and try out. And then I'll probably just be like, here's my review of it.
The only thing I didn't really like was that it was kind of short, but it was kind of good good and bad because I wanted to see more, which is good because they want more of my money.
Yeah.
I throw my wallet at them. But like, it's bad too because like I kind of wanted more.
It's the same thing with the Assassin's Creed movie that came out with what's his name?
I didn't get to see that one.
Fassbender.
Yeah, Fassbender.
No, that's Prince of Persia. Like I was really excited for that movie because Sony was going to be partnered with it. They said no because Ubisoft wanted to release it in their own money. Because they wanted to do what they wanted to do, and Sony was just gonna be like, well, you can't really do this and this and this and this. But they said, fuck it, we're gonna pull out of Sony and we're gonna put our own money into it. And Michael Fassbender was an executive producer on it. He's actually a big fan of the games, but he's even said like I wish the story could have been done a little bit better.
That's a good pull-out game.
Yeah,
Sony's good at that.
Like they actually did like cross-promotional stuff where like you can play as Milla Jovovich, I think, in the actual game.
Really?
Yeah,
they have
I have the game too. I just don't.
Is it like for like PS4 and?
You can play it on PS4, PS5, or PS4 and like what Xbox Series X or whatever.
You know what? Hold on.
PC.
I'm gonna step out of movies right now. For some fucking reason, my fucking girlfriend has been putting me into all these contests to win a PS5. And I tell her I'm not going to get it because I'm going to wait 2 or 3 years after all the bugs are done.
And then that's when they have the PS6 and you're like, oh.
No, I'm still going to be like, fuck it. I'm still getting a PS5. I don't give a shit. But I don't know what. She really thinks that I want a PS5. I really don't want a PS5 right now. I want.
Well, like with the Xbox X, like it's just like a better running Xbox One. You know what I mean? Like it runs things a little bit better. So it's like
better
having
picture and all that.
It's like having a DVD player and they say, hey, well, you can get a Blu-ray and it looks better on the Blu-ray. And it's like, well, I mean, it's still the same movie. You know what I mean? Like it looks a little bit better, but I mean, I don't know.
Anyways, this has been our kind of like mini review of this movie. Definitely give it a watch if you can. This has been your boy Eddie Gein,
Majin Drew,
and Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, Johnny Death here.
Benedict Cumbersnatch.
Cumberbitch.
Have a good one, everybody.
See you now.
Peace and chicken grease.